beautiful, one and only Empress with me. Good night, Empress.
Good night. Good night.
Good night, good night. Oh my goodness, wait, I don't even know if we are going out live because I can't tell. Wait, what's going on here? It's
I'm trying to find it.
it's buffering on my side. Okay. Buffering, don't tell. Oh, there you go. It's not going. All right, now it should be going out. Good. I get a chance. You know what I get to do?
What's that?
Start it all over.
Okay.
All right.
To work and hustle. That's my hustle.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're listening to us from. I know it's going to be a fabulous year. You know how I know it's going to be a fabulous... Hey, Empress, why do we know it's going to be a fabulous year?
Because it started fabulous and they're fabulous.
It's starting fabulous indeed. We embrace it. Well. Okay, here it is. Welcome to Spit, spiritually powered, inspirational thoughts. I'm your boy, St. Patrick. And the young lady beside me, the beautiful, the one and only, oh my goodness, Empress Poetry. Good night to you, sis. Oh,
Good night.
good night,
Good
good
night,
morning,
good night,
good
good
afternoon,
night.
whatever, wherever you're listening to us from, as long as you're alive, I know it's beauty personified because you're here to see it. So we just giving the Lord thanks and praise, man, for blessing us, for being here. As a matter of fact, let me just go right into it. Blessed and merciful Father, we thank you. We thank you for the breath of life. We thank you for having us here tonight on this blessed platform, 963 IMG. Father, we pray and we give you your thanks, your mercy, and your graces that you have extended to us. We thank you so much. And, we just want to just bask in your glory, live in your grace, and to do your will. Win souls for the kingdom of heaven for you. So this I pray through your Son by way of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen.
All
That's
right.
it.
Yeah. So how are
Yeah.
you, sis?
Huh?
How are you?
I am great. I had a very purging day. I wrote so much today, I don't know what to
I
do.
don't know. You start talking about purging them from the West Indies. It's the beginning of the year. You start talking
Yeah.
about purging at the beginning of the year. Every West Indian know exactly what you're talking about.
So my
Gotta
pen
keep
has
the
been doing
bathroom
some work.
clean. Make sure there's nothing in the path to the bathroom at this time of the year.
No, not that kind of purge. My pen is purging. My pen is
Oh,
purging.
pen purge, pen purge.
Yes,
Oh
a pen
wow.
purge.
Oh man, we've been busy here at the station doing a lot of stuff. Getting a lot ready for this for the new year for this 2021. We dubbed this the year of maturity. And with that being said, man, we just in full on expression of living up to our word, living up to that possibility of being mature in the radio business, in the business of winning souls, and just overall in our presentation. How you like the new look?
I am loving all of the new IMG. I got some questions for you though, because
Oh, jeez.
I don't know if all of our listeners heard the State of the Station address.
Yes. Oh, okay. All right. Let me sit in my seat.
But yeah, I have some questions for you. Give me a minute. Let me just
All right.
answer a question from our upcoming guest,
All right. All
and
right.
I will get back to you, Mr. President.
Well, thank you. We are here, ladies and gentlemen. This is again spiritually powered, inspirational thoughts. You miss a minute, you miss a lot. It's a 1 hour show, and we definitely get it on and popping. So if you are a guy, if you are a spoken word artist, and you want a platform to call your own, a platform dedicated to spoken word artists, then you definitely want to reach out to us and give us a call. All right, you could reach out to us by simply sending by simply going to playmusic963 at Gmail. It's very simple. Playmusic963 at Gmail. You send us your stuff and let us know that, hey, I'm a poet and I want to get on the air. I want to voice and let my opinions be heard. I want my piece to be heard. I need to be promoted. So I know you're gonna go into it, but there's a lot going on backstage in with 963 IMG behind the scenes, and I know you're gonna pull it out. So with that being said, I'm gonna give the floor to the host of the show, Empress Poetry.
Understand how you start to answer questions that you weren't given it yet. I didn't even get
I
a
caught
chance
myself. I self censored
and
censored myself.
I don't know. This might not go very well. Sochi, I hope you're watching because you know what's about to go down. So, Mr. President,
I sent her on a break, so she's not watching. So we
I
good.
know I'm
Yeah,
sending you love and hugs, sister.
yeah.
So, as we mature into 2021,
Mhm. Mhm.
you've already spilled the beans about the babies, some of the babies that we're getting ready to birth. But what exactly is your vision for? Let's start with spit.
Oh wow. Um. So for spit, you have a feedback coming in. Turn your
I don't have
system.
anything on.
Okay. For spit, what we have planned for spit this year is we want to for the year, we want to book out all our dates. Right. We want to book out all our dates, making sure we have top flight poets fitting in every Tuesday night and coming with fire. And we're looking for fire breathers to come and spit and get their point across, and this way we can socialize and deal with it. Here is one thing that is new. So we have the anniversary for 963 IMG that's coming up in April. That's the anniversary. Before we would, before COVID, we would actually have a live anniversary show, a live anniversary concert. This year, what we're going to be doing, and actually this is being announced here first. It was not in the State of the Union, so you're actually getting it here first, right? This year, we will be having a virtual event for the anniversary. So it is on and popping. So check this out. Friday night is a 3-day event. Friday night is going to be jazz, praise and worship, and spoken word. All right. The team is setting it up. It may just be jazz and spoken word only. We will see. But Saturday, that's the full-on bashment. That's the gospel, concert with all the different artists performing and doing their thing live on 963 IMG platform. So we're talking hip-hop gospel, dancehall gospel, reggae gospel, all of that. That is your Saturday night. And I believe Sunday is when they're going to do the praise and worship segment of the 3-day event. So there you go. 3-day anniversary event, including all the alums that came and spit in the past.
Okay, all right. That's exciting.
That's exciting.
Now that I'm working for IMG, does that mean that I don't get to perform?
No. This actually, you're gonna be hosting the Friday night.
Oh, you see how I find things out, ladies and gentlemen? This is how I'm notified. Just like this.
Just like this. You're gonna, talk to the rest of you know exactly who to talk to.
Just like this is how I find things out.
Yep.
But that sounds exciting. Okay, so that's anniversary. Okay, so I also know that IMG has, from 2020, but we're maturing into the kingdom building.
Right.
Tell us about that real quick.
All right, so the Kingdom Building Network is where folks that have a business, and this actually started from back in, it's from the Black Lives Matter, the issue Floyd and all of that. It was around that time we just decided, you know what? I think it's time we start showing our strength. And our strength comes from, it's not black and white. America is America. You can't change it. You're here. You chose to be here. If you don't want to be here, they freely tell you that you can leave if you want. Go back to your country, right? We chose to be here. Our ancestors put in their sweat equity and went through what they did to have a seat at the table, so to speak. I am of the belief that it's no longer, or it was never ever, a black and white issue. I think it's also an issue of green. It's not a black and white issue only. It's a matter of green. The thing is, we are not respected because we don't know how to control our green. And as long as we continue to disrespect ourselves, how can we expect others to respect us concerning our green? Our green meaning our economics, meaning our finance, how we spend our money. So, with that being said, the Kingdom Building Network was put in place that black-owned business can come and promote their business on this platform where we can now get back to supporting each other, spending our finances with each other, have the money circulate within our community at least 5-6 times before it goes out of our community. Wherein with other nations, they will come and set up shop in the black community, but they don't spend the money that they get from the black community back into the black community.
Right.
So that is a tremendous issue. Kingdom Building Network is addressing the injustice of our people from that standpoint.
Okay, so how would one get involved in kingdom building? Real quick.
So, how do you get involved with Kingdom Business Network is KB, and you definitely want to, again, send your information to 963img.net, 963img.net. Your business must be in good standings. And of course, we want to make sure that if we're going to promote someone, we want to make sure we're not promoting the riffraff amongst us. Let me just be straight. We have to be willing to look out for each other. This is not a platform where you come in like, oh, I can, they have X amount of listeners and I can, your business must be licensed, of course, and you must be, you can't be a brother on the side doing shiesty work or you're not licensed. Go get your business in order. That's also an issue for us. We tend to want to take the easy way out. Go get your business license. Go set yourself up right. And then come and we will promote you. We want to make sure that what we're putting out is something of quality, something of substance that our own family could use.
So let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. So because my translation of what you just said is if you on a hustle, get yourself right and then come my way.
Yes.
But exactly. What if I am on my hustle, but I just don't know what way I'm supposed to go?
We have definitely give us a call. We have folks in the back that's going to help you with that. So we are full on. This is a community. 963 IMG. We're talking about maturity. It's no longer a one man. It's never been a one man show, Empress. You know this. It's never been a one station show. It's a community affair. We just look at the community as being the globe. So it's not just, case in point, we have Karen that's a part of the team. She's in Canada. Our engineer, our social media engineer is all the way in Nigeria, which is literally... Brother Precious, indeed. We are, our community is global. We have 8 stations in the UK that's in and out listening. They're affiliated stations, sister stations. We are a community global station. So with that being said, we got people. If you don't know how and you want to learn how, reach out to us. We will point you in the right way.
Okay. All right. Well, we have 7 minutes before our guest comes on. Running through my mental Rolodex about what else I wanted to ask. Am I going to get a raise? Oh, that's for the business meeting, not for the State of the Union address. Okay.
I like how you slip that in there. Everyone that's on the station is voluntary, including myself. I do not get a paycheck.
I'll just throw it in there. Maturity. We don't know what's going to happen.
Well, listen. There are some paid positions that's opening up in this year. And there's a lot of stuff happening. One of the things that should have gone off last year that didn't get off because of COVID, we have over $1 million in vacation, hotel stay giveaways that we have been sitting on, over $1 million worth. And I can't wait for this thing to be lifted and for people to start traveling again. And I'll be sitting like Oprah, you get a vacation, you get a vacation, you get a vacation. Hey, the fly on the wall, that fly on Pence's head, you get a vacation.
Except that it's not going to be a vacation for me because wherever I go, I got to take my laptop and do the show.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, so it's not really a vacation now, is it? Well, okay. I'm excited for 2021. I'm excited for all that we have planned, the food program getting back rolling. I'm excited about all of the new people on board. I'm excited about all of the shows. We got shows every day, every day of the week now.
Right. So one of the new things, we have DJ Chris on the mix. That's back. That's new to the station. We have UWL, which is Unity with Love, 93.7 or 90. I'm messing it up. 93.7 FM out of the Bronx, news station. That's a part of our family now. So we have two news stations, and we have DJ Righteous from the UK that came back home. He fell off, stopped broadcasting for a while, and he is now back home with 963 IMG along with Archive radio station out of the UK. So the vision for the station is to have at least 14 hours of live content each and
Nice.
every day instead of having a playlist where we're playing music. Live content each and every day.
And my niece Super K, she used to have her show on Sundays.
And say again?
Super K.
Super K is she is also maturing. She has at the end of the year, she started sitting in the studio by herself. I didn't have to hold her hands anymore. She's
Uh-huh.
like, I want the big boy seat, and she's been sitting down making her presentation herself. And on top of it, the young lady launched her cupcake
Cupcake
business,
business. Yes.
which everybody is raving about. She launched her cupcake business around October. She got into the business and been refining, and finally up and going and taking orders. And she is, I think if we need to get paid, Empress, we need to talk to her because,
Well, I didn't do the photograph because by the time that I finished, she needed one photograph of my first bite,
right,
right?
right.
And my first bite turned into two, and there were six cupcakes in the package. So ultimately, I had 12 bites
You're just
and I never
disgusting.
got a chance to take a picture. So she's gonna
Oh
have
my
to drop
goodness.
some more off to me so that I could try
Uh-huh.
that again.
She's like, she said, Daddy, I think that's just a way for her to get more cupcakes.
Oh, well, can't say my baby don't know me because yes, 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 those
Yeah, yeah.
awesome, 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 and I love them because they're just the flavor is not too sweet. It's just
Oh,
perfect.
it's
It's the
just,
wrong
yeah.
thing to eat if you're on a diet, but if you close your eyes, your taste buds will deceive you, and you'll think that you're on a diet still, but you're not.
She.
So that's a great recap of the state of the station.
Oh, one last thing before we move on is beside the 14 hours of live content, there is also IMG TV. So
Hmm.
if you log on to 963 IMG and go to watch now, you will see live music video incorporated in our website. Gospel, live music gospel video. So you remember back in the day, when I grew up, we used to have video music box.
Hmm.
This is the video music box for gospel.
Oh, come on
All
now.
right. And last thing, I know you didn't ask, but I know you've been contracted to write a column in the IMG magazine, which is
Yes, sir.
also coming out this year. As a matter of fact, within the next 20 days, we will have the IMG magazine in the public.
Well, I made sure that I turned
Your
my piece
articles,
in
okay,
early
decent, okay.
at a decent hour
Mm-hmm.
because I had a deadline and I made sure I met my deadline. One of the things I'm working on for 2021 is being ahead of time.
Uh-huh. On
Was
top
I
of your
here
schedule.
ahead of time today?
Yes, you were.
I'm
You're
telling you, I'm working
you're
on this one.
impressive.
I'm getting
You're
better.
impressive.
Yes, yes, yes.
I give you. Let me sound the alarm for you.
Yes.
Indeed. So yeah.
So we are getting ready to go into the second half of Spit, spiritually powered inspirational thoughts, hosted by that guy,
No,
St.
no, that
Patrick.
girl.
And I'm your host, Empress Poetry. And tonight, coming to join us.
What should I make it official, ladies and gentlemen? For 2021, the year of maturity, it's not co-host, it's host, Empress Poetry, and sidekick Saint Patrick. All right, so that's what it is. You're a host. You are the host.
I know, we didn't talk about this. You see, once again, just toss that me.
There you go.
Okay, but you know what? You're right. You did. You held us down last year. I got you for 21. Okay.
All right, beautiful.
All right. So, tonight though, we've got Levon Robinson coming to visit with us and sit down and have a chitty chat. And he's a poet and writer from Philadelphia, but now resides in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. He is a 13-year veteran of the military. Thank you for your service, sir. Has a 35-year-old son. He has self-published 4 books of poetry, which are on Amazon and Kindle now. Levon Robinson says, "I love poetry because poetry chose me." Ooh, that's deep.
That's deep.
So, welcome, Poet Robinson to Spit with Empress Poetry and that guy, St. Patrick.
Nah, that guy.
Well, could you hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Yes. Thank you for that introduction. This is last minute. I was trying to get my computer or get meeting on my computer, but I can't, so it's on my phone. But nevertheless, I'm here.
All right. Well, thanks for coming, man. Tell us. Oh wait, he's gone. You're live on the screen, brother, so you can't turn your camera off.
No. Yes, I'm here.
All right.
I'm here.
Go ahead, Empress. Go ahead, love.
So, well, let me just say where I met Brother Larry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait.
Larry.
Oh, it says Larry here, but I know him as Levon, right?
My real name is Larry Richardson, but my pen name in honor of my parents is Levan Robinson.
Okay, Levan. Okay, got you.
Yes.
So, Levan and I are a part of Black Poet Matters, an event that we perform once a month. So this is your second month coming up on the 24th, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I joined last month.
Yeah, so he's new to the platform, but so far he's got his feet wet and he's managed to wade through the waters very well. So now we're gonna test him on spit right quick. So Levon, one of the first things we need you to do is drop a piece.
Okay. This one is sentimental. In search of love, I'll go out on a limb. In search of friendship, I'll search until time ends. Where there is love, that's where I'll be. Wrapped within its mystic clouds of happiness, so protectively. True love and friendship derive from deep within oneself. So once found, gladly share them with someone else. For all things are given freely from the Heavenly Father above. Remember this as you go along the journeys for whatever it is you are in search of.
Oh, all right.
All right.
That's that. Every poet should have, like a song. Like most, most heroes in the movies, they have a song that follows them. Now this is a poem that one of my favorite ones out of all the things because it's simple, short, sweet, and a lot of people on Earth they be searching for certain things. So I find that if you find love and friendship, and it's within the realms of God, everything else will fall into place.
I agree. Ordained love. Patrick, what you know about ordained love?
Listen, man, I know nothing of it. One of the things that I like to do here is give categories, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we got the fire breathers. I love that piece, brother Robinson. I love that piece. I think we're gonna create a section for you. We're gonna call it the Hallmark poetry section because that sounds like something that belongs on a greeting card or one of them Valentine's Day card. That's one of them Hallmark card poetry. So yeah, I love that piece.
So I just had totally off topic. I just had one of those bloopers on air moments. My lip gloss that I was supposed to be doing an advertiser for fell, and I leaned over and almost fell off the chair, pulling the
Don't do
computer
that.
and everything with me.
Wow.
Don't
And
do
it
that.
had last for the whole year. So, Brother Levan, what got you into poetry?
Well, I it was during Overbrook High School days. My when I was in high school at Overbrook High, and I really wasn't. I didn't call it poetry. It was just writing, and my English teacher. English was my best subject, so my English teacher would say, "You're very good in writing," which I was, but I didn't know it was poetry until I started passing it around to my classmates, and they were all happy, and I felt accepted, because I felt awkward in high school. So poetry helped me get into with the in crowd and feel accepted. But what really, transpired is when I met Sonia Sanchez, poetess Sonia Sanchez came through, and I read a poem to her, and she was impressed at age 16 in high school, and wrote, Larry, stand tall in your blackness. So, that's when it hit me like, oh, okay. So when she said that, it just solidified and validate, my writing, and I just haven't stopped since then.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I had a book signed by Nikki Giovanni, and I promise you, after that, we were at a book signing, and my friend said to her, "Oh, she writes poetry." She said, "Oh, let me hear something." And I just dropped a little something, and she signed in my book. She said, "You keep pushing that pen." And from then, the only other person I needed to meet was Maya Angelou. I never got that chance, but
Yes,
she's
yes,
living in my pen too. So it's all good. It's all good.
yes.
It's all good. Patrick, come on, throw a question in.
Yeah, Patrick.
Yeah, man. Listen, you're a military man. So wait, let me get the screen back open.
Was a military
Was a
man, huh?
military man. So I'm going a little bit off the wall with this one here. What is it what you think of the current climate and what you're seeing happening in the state in the capital right now?
I, United States has always been, when it came to African Americans, they always treat everyone besides themselves. If you're not white, you're second class, and I don't believe no one is second class. So I believe that United States has always been racist and acted on prejudice. And these last 4 years, they just found someone that really signified the beliefs of the United States when it comes to other races. So I think whatever what happened was like Malcolm X said, that the goose came home, came home to roost. So when you put out, when all those years of putting out negativity, the racism, the systemic racism, the prejudice, treating people, oppressing people, not treating people human, God resources that you don't want to help. You work for the government, and you sacrifice, and then, you got to beg for things that they promised our ancestors when they freed them. Basically, we're owed by birth the things that we supposed to have, and they deny it. So I think that it's just the rooster is coming home to roost. You put out what you put out, you get back, and if you eventually it's going to come to your backyard, and that's what happens. So there's surprise, but I'm not. We as African American people, we're not surprised because we've been under their thumb. But then when they incite the violence and that dictatorship, it's new to them, but it's nothing new to us because we've been under their thumb for the last 400 years, and everything that we get, we have to work for it or either die for it. And it's just a shame that United States hasn't, despite everything, hasn't wake up to reality. Like, yes, the past is the past, and let it go. But if you want to take that into the future, it's gonna explode like it has, and it's gonna hit home more so. So I think it's just, as the military man serving over the military and serving your country, you would expect this, but unfortunately, it's here, and I don't think it's going anywhere no time soon.
Mm, mm. The reason why I asked the question is because being in the military, of course, you have all manner of races down your left and your right, and in the military,
Yes,
you depend on your comrade, your brother, on the
yes,
left or on the right of you to do their job to ensure that you come home. So that brotherhood is strong in the military.
yes.
Did you see systemic racism in the military, of this magnitude, or what was it that you were more accepted as a black man in the military, and then when you came home, it was like, okay, now we're home, now we're safe, now let's get back to, you know,
It's
status quo.
it's it's a little bit more. It's always there. The foundations of America is always based on race, color, creed, and prejudice. So technically, you just because you serve in the military, you're going to come across it, and you're going to see the difference of how white soldiers get treated among the other races. So you see it, but being in the military, you're there to take orders, and you could be a conscious objector, if and which means you could question a lot of things. But if you question a lot of things, you're out of there. And I enjoy, as you said, brother, I enjoy the camaraderie of meeting a lot of people that were, just like me, eager to serve, willing to sacrifice, and when you meet that camaraderie of folks that that got your back,
Hmm.
you could deal with a lot of things because you're all in it together. It's the enlisted men, the low guys on the totem pole, then it's the sergeants, and of course it's the officers who have more freedom and who makes the rules. So, like stuff rolls downhill. It starts at the top, and the low guys like me, the enlisted men, we get the crap and shit. Don't excuse my language, but we have to learn to persevere and go on. So it's everywhere. It ain't like it's hidden. It was more in a convergent matter, tactical matter. But now it's open. So with this happening at the Capitol, it just put the world is not shocked
Hmm.
because of the United States. It's just shocked because you had a president, and you have leaders now that don't have no hearts, don't have no mind, don't have no. It is all about them. It's all about not helping the average folks. It's helping the rich folks, and and keeping the legacy of being in power for as long as they can. So technically, it's but the foundations of America is rocked, and this is a good time right now for America to come together and say, okay, there's a message in here. We got to change. If you don't change, like the walls to Jericho is going to come down. Any great nation that doesn't take care of their people, doesn't treat people equally, and doesn't look out for their home is going to crumble. You don't take care of home, your home is going to crumble and you're going to ask why. And that's what America is right now. They haven't been taking care of home and they haven't been taking care of people. And now it's starting to, the foundation is starting to shake. And now they are, oh, what are we going to do? Huh? You know, what people out there marching for? Give me mine. I'm not begging America for anything. I just want what's mine from birth. What was mine that God given me that you think that you had a reason to take it away from me. So I just want to be free to be me. That's it. I'm not
I hear
asking
you.
America for anything no more. I did Caesar. I gave Caesar his. Now it's time for it to give God and my people what's through poetry, through self awareness, but mainly through poetry. That's the only way I can put in for the revolution or put in for the movement. You know, I'm not going to be out there marching. God gave me a skill. I'm going to use it for His will and to wake up people, and so we can get what is ours by entitlement and what was ours promised when our ancestors was free. So
Right.
that's basically if America doesn't realize that, you're going to see it get worse, brother. That's what I can say.
All right.
Well, they say the pen is mightier than the sword, so
It
yes,
really is.
indeed.
It
So we
really
got
is.
time for one more piece from you, and then we're gonna start to wrap up. Got some ads and stuff to drop, so let's hear that piece.
Okay. I'm gonna say song and dance. This function is the sign of the living, while hatred and taking is the norm instead of loving and giving. In this world, along with the devil they have created, man seems so lost, but he's willing to protect his way of life and interest by any means necessary at any cost. Be of, Beware of him that from afar you can tell, because he brings with him the depths of hell. From their continents, there caused the masses that have gathered in love, peace, and unity to take notice out of fear, to subtly scatter, seeking out the weakest soul. On it, they'll prance in their triumph. They'll celebrate with song and dance.
Okay, that's that piece. Yeah. Nice ending, nice ending. Well,
Yeah.
thank you, Brother LeBron Richardson, for coming through.
But
Welcome to the
thank
Spit
you for inviting me. I knew it
Family.
was the last minute, but I always see your show and heard people about it, and it was an honor that I caught it when nobody else did. So
Wait,
I
wait,
had to
wait,
get
wait.
it
You said
quickly. You know, as
I
soon as
know,
you put it on
I threw
the
the
plate,
net.
I had to eat it up quickly. It was like
Mhm.
give me my waffles. You know what I mean? So I just had to.
Well, thank you so much for coming through and welcome to the Spit Family. Um, Patrick, you got anything to say?
Nah, listen, I just want to say thank you for coming through, man. Hallmark. That's the name of
Yes,
the section.
he's created a new genre for
Yeah,
us.
Yes, well, yeah, the
Hallmark.
Hallmark cards, and I'm sure there's other poets out there. And with the group that we're in, Poetess, it's a good group, and I'm glad that I'm a part of that also.
All right,
Right.
right.
So we'll see you on performing on the 24th, right?
Yes, yes.
All right. So we'll see you then.
All
But
right.
thank you. God bless,
God bless.
you know, I'm always available. So don't, I'm always available to share and my poetry and my thoughts for the cause.
Well, one of the other things that we do on this platform is we do allow for poets to call in and spit their stuff. So
Oh,
I'll
okay.
put the number in the group, and
I'll do that
if you
then.
like
Okay.
calling in
Yeah,
and
man.
spitting a joint, you're
Yes.
welcome.
Well, thank you. God bless.
Definitely
Have a
promote
great
us. You
day
know,
and night,
definitely promote us.
and you know the rest.
Yeah.
And thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Amen.
Okay. Good night.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks.
Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Patrick, are you there still?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, all
All
right.
right, all right, all right.
Oh.
963 IMG. Spit. Spiritually powered inspirational thoughts. My girl, you really are fixing makeup on live TV.
So listen, let me tell you, right? My niece, my 12-year-old niece last year started a lip gloss business.
Oh wow. Oh, I need that because I'm shopped right now.
Oh, well, she has for males as well. She has lip scrubs. She got the sugar scrubs, and oh man, she's doing the thing, right? So this is Luscious by Leah. And she said to me, Auntie, when you do your radio show, do a commercial for me. So I said, baby girl, I can't do a commercial. You got to pay. Because from 2021, the way that we're maturing is that we're now going to offer ad spots on the radio show, but you got to pay for that ad spot, you know? And she said, well, Auntie, you got to get one. I said, well, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to apply some on my lip during the show. I'm sure Patrick is going to ask me about it, and then I'm going to talk about Luscious by Leah. Check her out on Instagram. That's my 12-year-old niece.
Get her right up and send it in, and we will definitely push it. You know, you and all your nieces. I'm tired of y'all. Take the Super K. What is it now? You got cupcakes, and now you got lip balms. All right, cool.
Don't forget the wig now.
Huh?
My other niece, Kalia, is doing wigs. She makes and installs wigs, my dear. 15.
Wow. 15.
Yes. We build them, man.
That's what it is. That's what it is. This is 963 IMG. You got about 8 minutes to go before the end of the show.
Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, if you want to get... Can't be talking and you're not seeing me. So if you want to get your product on the air, definitely reach out to us. 963img.net is our website. 963img@gmail is our email. I think it's also marketing at 963img. I gotta look into that. But if it's not already up, Brother Precious, set that up. Alright, sis, I know it's the New Year's. I know you said you've been exercising the heck out of your pen.
Ooh, have I?
You know, the ink has been spilling like blood.
It has. So did you listen to the one I sent you today?
Man, you better spit that.
Oh, you want to hear that?
That is fire.
Alright, let me pull that up. Yeah. You know, and it's crazy because while Brother Levan was speaking just now, I was like, yeah, I know that feeling because from last week when the terrorists invaded, I've been feeling...
Stop calling them people terrorists in their house. That's their house.
Yeah, no, they broke in. But anywho, so I wrote this piece.
Wait. Let me ask you something. And I know I'm going to get in trouble for this. But it wouldn't be St. Patrick. It wouldn't be 963 IMG. Nah, I ain't even going to do it because nah. Nope, I'm not going there.
You should have started in the morning.
I'm not going there.
So, all right, I'm going to read the piece and then you ask your question and then we can go there. And maybe that'll just, they'll unplug us.
Don't push me. Can a husband rape his wife?
Yes.
Okay.
So mine did.
You did?
Mine did.
Oh, okay. See, that's why I said I can't go there. Right?
Yeah, but no, that's fine. It's water under the bridge. You ain't gonna hurt me. Anyway,
Welcome.
Oh, man. Go ahead, sis.
Right, so this piece is called Oh Say.
Oh, say, can you see? All right, come on.
He snuck into her house after receiving the key from those who thought it would be funny to watch her squirm. Erected, he shackled her feet and at her neck was placed a noose. He looked at her, knowing she was not awake. He knew this was the right time to catch her. Vulnerable and alone with friends nearby, but not near enough, them forced to watch while her choices crept out of the shadows to devour her. She tried to fight back as he used his power to overwhelm her, inspired by those who wanted to do it themselves but did not have the balls. Spurred on by their words and actions, he drew blood and held the Bible while drinking it, called her offspring despicable, derogatory names, and threatened to be more violent, threatened to take her rights, just like he took her soul, promised to kill her children. Piece by piece, she was already being sold. Then he grabbed her. In her most sacred of places, he opened her, allowed virus and terrorists to run through her. They climbed her walls and roamed her halls like she was theirs, exposed her. She was weak. As the world watched her twist and turn in shock that it got this far. Some in dismay and disbelief, others found comic relief in karma and her final call. Excited to watch this demagogue bring her to her knees, salivating to watch her fall, she, paralyzed by the fact that no one came to rescue her, no one said stop. No one stood up like they did when her children were murdered in her streets by men who took off their sheets to reveal their badges, an honor they so hold dear. Then grief busted through her chest like fire from her belly, her tears soaked into her blood-stained dress. Its stars, now striped by lines of lives that did not matter because they were never a part of its original design, whether black or blue. They were assets in the paint, valued and special only if they helped him take her, violate her, break her, rape her, now. As he looks around to find some who cheered have turned their face away in disgust, he scoffs. Because, hey, what's the big fuss? To him, she was just a whore who deserved what she got. She already let even the slaves lay in her spot, so what's the issue? And just like during the storms, he threw her a tissue and told her, go wipe your nose and get ready to pose for the cameras. And that's that piece.
And that's that piece. Wow. Wow. That's a metaphoric. That's metaphoric, ladies and gentlemen. We setting it up. That's a metaphoric piece. You know, we got all types of poetry going up in here this year. And that one is called metaphoric because there's a lot of stuff that you're dropping. And I don't know what I done went and did, but I done went and did something to mess things up here. So I can't come back on the screen right yet.
Oh, I see. Oh, I guess that's the screen.
No, the back office. You're not seeing what's going on back
I
here.
see.
All right. So, yeah, metaphoric. That's what that piece is. Okay, here I go. All right, so listen, man, a lot of great things going on for the New Year's, and I want to say thank you so much, sis, for being a part of 963 IMG. You know,
it is an honor.
You know, I got to give you your props. I know you listen to the state of the station, but yo, can I just say thank you for doing your thing for 2020?
My pleasure.
Thank you so much because you know the alliance of churches and nonprofit organizations. They are spectacular, and you have done your thing with that. So I just wanted to take time out just to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for you coming and giving your effort and your strength to making all of this possible. All right.
Thank you. It's definitely been an honor. And what else is there to do? I'm sitting at home doing nothing and. You know, I was like, God, what can I do? And he said, here.
You gotta stop messing with daddy. You go mess with daddy, and he's like, oh, you want something to do? Oh, okay.
He said, here, go feed 100,000 people with them people over there.
100,000 people.
Families.
100,000 people. That's amazing. Yep.
Yeah.
You know, and hey, here's the most amazing part: 100,000 people in 3 months.